Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's version of the Wellness Shot. Today is the 16th of June, 2025. This is going to be one of the more unusual video clips I have done. And it is about wellness, but it's not what you think. It's not an herb, it's not a mineral, it's not a technique. It's wolves. I bet you if you had 1,000 guesses, that's not one that you would have chosen. Well, this past weekend, my wife and I went to a place called Seacrest Wolf Preserve here in Florida, northern Florida, actually. And it is, as my understanding, the only one in the country where you can interact with the wolves. When I mean interact, I mean play with them as if you were playing with a 2 or 3 year old Labrador retriever. Mind you, these wolves, a human bite is about 120 pounds or so per square inch. Pit bulls around 280. A wolf is about 450. So they don't bite, they would disintegrate. They're also, these particular ones were anywhere from about 120 to about 160 pounds. So they were big and they were strong and they were beautiful and they were very, 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 very kind. Strange word to use for a wolf. They were playful and they just loved being around people. One of the things in terms of the medicinal value of being in places with this, like this, is I would say if I had my druthers, I would take 20 people that I know, some of which are patients, some of which are other people's patients in the facility that I work, who have PTSD or anxiety issues or depression. Take them to a place like that. And I would bet anything that 18 or 19 of the 20 or 20 of the 20 would be dramatically improved, if not fully healed. And the reason being is vibration. Back, I don't know when, long time ago, there used to be a commercial where they had a glass, it looked like a wine glass or something like that. And there would be this female opera singer that would hit a particular note. And when she hit that high note, the glass would shatter. And basically, and I'm just going to make up a number. Let's pretend the glass was vibrating at 111 hertz. And when she would hit that note, it would equal that 111 and it would cancel. In other words, it would just shatter. Well, that's if we were to flip the other side, depression has a particular vibration and it also has a particular healing vibration. So if, and again, I'm making up a number, if the vibration of the depression is, say, a 2, the healing vibration may be an 8. And when these two are mixed together, the healing will occur. It has to occur. And when you go to a place or you create an environment that is so moving, that is so touching, that is so awe-inspiring, you can't help but feel incredible. Where not everyone, wolves may not be everyone's cup of tea, and they may not be able to get to northern Florida or what have you. But you can set up your environment in your home, in your apartment, what have you, to make you feel as if whenever you walk into a room, you immediately feel better. And you don't even have to spend a lot of money or any money doing it. Make sure it's organized, make sure it's neat, make sure it's colorful, make sure it is inspiring. It makes you want to walk in there. And when you do, it becomes extraordinarily difficult to feel anxious, to feel depressed, to sit in one's suffering. And if by some strange situation that may not be doable, go into nature. Nature is one of the greatest healing spaces and places ever created. Sit with quiet, sit with stillness. The yin energy is medicine. And when you do, and it may be a struggle for some people can't sit in the quietness. They have to have noise, they have to have distraction, and that is a problem. Distraction is the enemy of healing. When you sit, even when you sit with your suffering, and you sit in the middle of it and you allow it to be expressed, when you allow it to be experienced, The fear that often is created or that surrounds it cannot take hold. And you begin to find that, yes, it may have been a horrible situation. It may have been twice as bad as what you thought. It hurts 10 times worse than what you thought it would. And once you make it past that hump, once you make it over that by sitting with your suffering, you will feel better. And you will never, ever, ever, ever return to the sameness. Now, there still may be residual issues that need to be addressed, and that's where nutrition comes into play, acupuncture, bagua, and other types of movement come into play. But you will never reach the depths that you did before when you do this particular approach, when you take this particular approach, sitting with your suffering in silence, being as quiet as possible in your head, and just allowing the feelings to occur in your body wherever they may be. If you have the opportunity to experience the thing that, wow, what would it be like to do? In my case, it was wolves. Find a way to do it, because I promise you, if it involves nature, if it usually involves animals, there is something medicinal about them. I think that's one of their great gifts, unsung gifts that they have, that they share with the world. You've been listening to a unique wellness shot. My name is Dr. David Orman. I'll be doing another video on this, and I'm going to go into much more detail on another channel, and I'll post it below. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next week.